Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to be talking about how to change our time display on our Timex Ironman model T5K195 watch. This is a little bit of a tricky setting. What we're talking about here is, do you want to see your time in 12-hour format or 24-hour format? You can see that mine is currently in 12-hour format because you will see an AM/PM indicator if you are in 12-hour format. The cool thing about the Timex Ironman is it's the only watch I know that you can actually set two different time values and have one of them in 12-hour format and one of them in 24-hour format, and I'm going to show you that here. So first, let's talk about this one. If I press this bottom middle button, you'll notice a little blinking indicator that says T2. That's my second time zone value. So that tells me that I'm currently in T1. It's going to make a little bit more sense when we jump into our settings, but let's say for our T1 value, we want to change it to 24-hour format versus 12-hour format. How would we do it? We're going to start by pressing and holding the top left button on the watch. Hold it for a couple seconds, it'll drop you into your settings. The very first setting is going to show you what your current time value is. I'm currently in time value number 1. That's the one that we just saw. That's the one I want to change. So I'm going to simply press the mode button 7 times here to get to the setting I want. You should end up on a screen that looks like this. It should say time, and then you should have a blinking value that indicates what your current time display value is. We knew mine was in 12-hour format. I can use either the middle button at the bottom or the bottom right button, and I can simply toggle this 12 or 24-hour. Once you've got it set correctly, you can simply press the set button up top, and we've successfully adjusted our time format. But remember, we only adjusted it for time value number 1. So where we no longer see the PM indicator and we're looking at our time in 24-hour format, if we look at our T2 value, we still saw the PM indicator because we didn't change the time value for our T2 time. And that's what I was saying was cool about this watch is I've got one time value that's 24-hour format. I've got another time value over here that is 12-hour format. You could even switch those. So if I wanted to totally go to my T2 value, I could press and hold this middle button. And now I'm in my T2 value, which is 12-hour format, and I can look back at my T1 value, which is 24-hour format. You could even set the times exactly the same, so you have a simple toggle between 12-hour and 24-hour format. So now let's talk about how would we change it for our T2 value. It's really the same as what we just did. I'm going to switch back over to T1. It doesn't matter, but just so it makes more sense, we're going to press and hold the top left button. Takes us into our settings mode. If we want to change it for T2, we're simply going to use either of the two buttons down here to change which time value are we wanting to change. We're going to go to T2 now, press mode 7 times, and now we can change the value for our T2 value. So it's really the exact same as what we did before. It's just, do you want to change it for time value number 1? Do you want to change it for time value number 2? If you want 24-hour in both of them, then you need to go into both of them and change it accordingly. Pretty simple stuff. That's how you change your time display value on your Timex Ironman. Hope the video helped.